Welcome back to the RevSP server. My name is Josh Bowers, and today we're gonna build up a brewing area. And with that said, of course, it's gonna be a big cauldron where we get some brewers in there, as well as some automated brewing area. So with the brewers, I just mean the villagers, the clerics, I guess. And yeah, I'm gonna add some of those, just about 9 or so of them. And further than that, we're gonna build up a little bit of the automated brewing systems that we got going. So of course, instead of just using this one for every single one over and over and over again, because that's what I've been up to, I'm gonna change that up, of course, and just fix it with the automated brewing system. Now the location of our brewing area is going to be on top of the mountain, and of course we're gonna change this whole area up because I don't like it like this. I don't like the pot soil, for instance, and there's way too many trees around here. Now one of the things that we're going to do, let's go on free cam real quick. One of the things that we're going to do is we are going to build our area right about over here. And it's going to be, the front side's going to be around here. So like steps down and stuff and that kind of thing. So it's going to be on top of there. But we're going to get rid of all the pots over here, all the trees over here, all the boulders. And of course all the coarse earth and stuff. So we're going to change that up into grass because I do like that quite a bit better. And later we will terraform this whole area up a little bit better. Now of course the first thing we need to do is get rid of all the coarse dirt and the pot soil and stuff. So once we've done that and got rid of all the trees and the boulders and stuff, it's gonna be terraformed on a later date probably. That's something I got in mind I want to do. As well as I want to make a entrance like to the mining or something like that. So that's gonna be probably over here. I might just change it up quite a bit so it doesn't have to be diagonal again, because the diagonal building stuff is not working out too well for me. So yeah, I don't like to do that all the time. So I want to change it up quite a bit, of course. And of course later on, once we terraform this whole area up to something more beautiful, we will add more builds and a pathway, at least one pathway to get all the way down, and probably some other things we will add around here as well. And of course more in the surrounding areas downstairs, like the farm over there, the bee farm over there, and we will probably add some more stuff just about around the edges all around the mountain, because why not? I mean, it's something we can do. So of course with those things said, this will be done all on stream for once. So if you weren't there, I did stream again, and I mean, yeah, I know I always stream on inconvenient times and stuff, and I know I need to fix that, but I'm not gonna, because I know I'm not able to do that since I got work and stuff. So I've been gathering a little bit of the cats and stuff, and a little bit more of the animals, and of course one of those are all the cats. I got all of them. I got all 11 of them. And yeah, I'm glad about that. It took me a bit of time, and that's one of those things, of course, again, that I had to do on stream, but I didn't. So I'm very, very sorry about that part. We will get all the bunnies later, as well as all the dogs. I haven't found any of them yet, so that's good. And of course, we got an ocelot over here, which is amazing. Now, of course, you might notice there's a railway going down here again. Yeah, I changed it up a little bit, and I got my villagers to go in here again. But I did change it up a little bit upstairs as well. So instead of the usage of the tower, because I got quite annoyed by it, I changed it up into the glass over here. So yeah, I changed it up like this, and the reason therefore, of course, is because this was quite a bit easier to do. And is it beautiful? No, but to be fair, I never come upstairs. I never even sleep in this bed. I'm never here. I always sleep underneath my stairs for some reason. And now, of course, even I added the bed over here because that's even easier than that. I'm changing up a lot of things, and yeah, I'm fine with it. So, of course, how this one works is fairly easy. Of course, now instead of going all the way up, they, well, fall down. The way that this thing works at the moment is, of course, I open that one, nobody can come out, as well as for the small ones, because it's one too low for them, so they can't do nothing. And of course all I have to do is press the button on the dispenser, get the water, they will go all the way over there, which is totally fine. And we will do that, and we got a villager. So it's kind of the same concept, it's just downstairs instead of upstairs now. And of course that makes it quite a bit easier to do. Now of course, with all of that said, let's get started on the times right now. Alright, so there you have it for the time lapse, and of course it took me quite some time to get it all done, to be fair. Now of course, one of the fun things about it is, because I was doing it just about like these, of course, because I was working like that with a shovel and a hoe, it turned out to be a little bit quicker and a little bit easier, except for the fact, of course, that, well, yeah, it took a little bit of time still, because yeah, it's a lot of work getting everything converted from pot soil and coarse dirt to grass, which is still quite amazing to get done like this, and I am glad to get it over with, because it took me, I think, maybe about 13 or 14 hours. I'm not entirely sure, it may have even been a little bit longer. I've been terraforming just a little bit, not too much, because you might notice that as well if you go up in the air. I did terraform it a little bit, and the only reason therefore was because there was a lot of holes around here, thanks to, of course, all the boulders and stuff. Now, I did keep most of the, what do you call those things again? Most of the holes and stuff, like mine areas, I think, and that kind of things. I left every single one of those things, because we might just use them to get downstairs as well, or certain ways like that. I'm not entirely sure, to be fair. I just went and got this all done, and after that I was thinking about getting something else done as well later on, because when I build stuff I always think about one more thing, and that is I might use all of those small patches like this, and probably, well, not all of them anyway. I had a certain one in mind, which is, I think, over here. This one. I might use this one as well to go downstairs. Now, of course, it's dark right now and stuff, and I'm thinking about it just to get another way to get down, because this is not gonna be the only way then. But I'm thinking about getting it all, like a tunnel done all the way until the lower level. And I'm not entirely sure where it will lead to, of course, but it will lead to the waterfront at least. But that's gonna be done later, because it's gonna be probably, if I gotta be honest, it might just be around this area. And of course we will get rid of all the trees and the coarse dirt and the pot soil over here as well. Just this whole area might be dug up, or at least done with the same way as I did every single other thing, of course. And the boulders and stuff, everything will be gone. It will be terraformed a little bit better, for sure, because it doesn't look too well, I think. And of course, one of the other things that I had in mind, which is one of the things I want to do for probably the next episode or so, is work on this river over here. And I want to make it a little bit wider as well as a little bit deeper. And I want to get that all the way done until the ocean or so. So I want to get that one all the way done. Like, of course, over here the river kind of stops, but we're gonna make it work and get through there. And of course it's gonna be a little bit wider, probably as wide as this one is, maybe even a little bit wider to get it all done correctly. I'm not entirely sure just yet, but that's one of the things that I've been thinking about. And of course getting every single thing of this, the trees and stuff, probably gone. At least on this side anyway. The ones on that side I'm not sure about. Maybe for future projects we will change that up and stuff. But I'm thinking about getting rid of most of the trees and pot soil and coarse dirt and boulders, and maybe even a little bit of water and stuff. I just want to make this whole world more beautiful, and I decided to stay mostly around this area. And of course I have something else I've been working on, of course, and that is my industrial part. And I'm thinking about building my factory once it's someday done. It's not even close to being done or anything, but once that one is done, I want to probably just build it over there at the waterfront, where we got the ocean part, of course, with the creeper farm and all of our industrial builds thingies. So I might just leave it over there and just build over it, or around it anyway. But I'm still debating about it. I'm not sure yet, but I'll figure something out later. And of course I will make it all spawn proof, so nothing gets messed up with the creeper farm. So yeah, it should be fine, right? And if not, then that's fine too. We will figure something out later. It doesn't mean we need it too much yet, but that's fine. Now, of course, we gotta get a way down around here as well. Now, I'm not entirely sure where I will do that, but Well, it might just work around here, going down, leading it down a little bit more over here, and probably going down like that. I'm not sure. I don't know anything about it just yet. It might also just be in the back, because if we go over here, all of this is a little bit more easy going, I guess. Yeah, so we might even use the backside instead, because it doesn't really matter. Not everything has to point exactly to our starter base, because, well, the surrounding area is gonna be filled up someday as well anyway, and it doesn't mean we have to just point everything at our starter base anyway, so that's fine. Now, I did get busy, and I got all the resources I need for the build as well, because, well, yeah, that's one of the best things I was working on anyway. It took me a bit of time, but yeah, for the cauldron, we got a lot of things that we needed, and I think I gathered all the resources by now. I really think I did. And yeah, it's gonna be a massive thing, I guess, and I'm going to try something else out as well. Not sure if it's gonna work, but that's why I'm gonna use them both. So what I'm going to do is use the replay mod, the one that we used before with the mountain and stuff, and I'm gonna try out flashback as well. So I'm gonna do both of them, just because I'm not sure if flashback will be fine or not, and I will just try it out and see how that one goes. And if it doesn't go too well, or I don't know how to figure it out just yet, I will just fix that. And of course, sometimes you find some more. But yeah, I'm gonna try both of them, and I will see what happens. Now, of course, after the build, we will be back again, and we have too much to talk about, because the build is gonna be amazing. And of course, it's Halloween-like, so, well, yeah, it's kind of for Halloween. And I've been thinking about something else as well, but I'll do that after the time lapse. So without further ado, let's just get started on the build right now. Alright, so there you have for the time lapse, and of course we start out at the entrance over here, because we're gonna get a tour through here, of course. It's not too much of a tour, anyway. We don't have to talk about too much, but still, I do like the details that I got up in this build. Especially since, well, this build took me a little bit of time to build up, and I don't mean just in survival, I also mean in creative. I'm working on this one quite a bit longer than I'm used to. Now, of course, we started over here. If you need any of the Netherwatch stuff, I always get the name. If you need any of the Netherwatch stuff, you can just go down here, of course, and just grab it when you need it. So that's easy. So everyone don't have to bother, I guess. And of course, we got a armor stand in the middle over here, which I've been working on for a little bit. And of course, we got a netherite hat. We got our face, because it's us. We got a dragon's breath, and we got, of course, full netherite gear. Now, I'm thinking about adding one more detail, and that is a sword, probably inside of a dragon's hat over here. So this pillar thing will be gone, and we will place the dragon's head over here, probably, or something like that, and with a sword inside of his head, and that's gonna be a netherite sword as well, just because I like to do that as detailing, of course, because why not? It's a little bit expensive, but I do not mind, because this is, of course, a server that's gonna be forever. Now, I might notice we got some gaps over here. Just 3 of them on this side, 3 of them on that side, and 3 over there. And we got those, of course, because we're gonna add some brewers in here, some of the clerics. And yeah, they're gonna get in those spots, with, of course, just a brewing stand in front of them. But I might even get them one higher. I don't know. I don't think so. I'll just place them on the ground, I bet. And that's one of the things that we will do over here as well, of course. And one of the things that I really like about this place is all the fire around it. It's just a little bit of soil underneath, of course, with, yeah, the blue fire. I thought it was more appropriate in this build than the normal fire, so I was like, you know what, we'll add that color. And as well, of course, I think lighting it up with a little bit more fire is more for Halloween and stuff. So yeah, that's kind of why I did it, and I just enjoyed it quite a bit. Now, of course, you might notice the ceiling. It is all just a bunch of stuff. You could say goo or anything. I don't know what it's supposed to be. Just an elixir mix or something. And yeah, if we go upstairs, because that's also a thing we can do, is of course we got this whole thing still, but we also got water breathing, which we can just get by pressing the button over here. Now, I did do just about the potions that we might use sometimes, because I don't really use potions that often, but if we do, we just got them over here, like slow falling and stuff. But one of the things that I yet have to do is collect the stuff and things for it, to add it over here. And of course we can go inside over here. I will add some of the item frames just so I always remember where it has to go anything, like of course, like for instance nether wart, then of course the stuff to mix it with, then redstone and gunpowder. That's kind of the way we will do it. And I'm not gonna this one has to be filled up with water bottles, and of course we can get that through the stair easily. And yeah, that's kind of the easiest way to do it as far as I recall. So that's how I'm going to do it. And yeah, we got a few of them. Just about 8 or so. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, we got 8 of them, which is amazing. And of course we got the bottled windows, which is great. Those are all empty, of course, because that isn't the front of the build and this is the front of the build. So this one I wanted to add a little bit of detail to. And yeah, I got a little bit of help from Boss and TimeArchitect, because yeah, both of them, they helped me out when I showed off my building, just to add some little bit more detail and change up some things. And yeah, I'm very thankful to that, because they helped me out quite a bit. So of course, further than that, I'm not sure about what I'm going to do inside over here, but I think I'm gonna leave it as far as it is, because, well, yeah, you only have to press a button once everything's filled up, of course, and you'll get the bottles in here whenever you need them. And of course, every time you need it, just press it once, you'll get free. If you want more, sure, you can wait, but otherwise just press it once, use it, and go, because that's as far as it is, I guess. It's just the easiest way. Now my way down is just like this, because otherwise I don't know. I didn't really think about the way up and down. So for up, I just really quick did this one, because I was like, you know what, for some people that's easier, but going down, you know what, it doesn't really matter that much. So I decided not to go for anything special. And of course I can always just say one of those tubes is gonna be, of course, jumping down instead, on just maybe like powdered snow. That's what I mean, of course. So if I use powdered snow on one side might work as well, but for so long I don't really care. So of course, if we go outside, we got a little bit of a thing over here leading up there, because it's a little bit higher, which is amazing. I like it. I might have to change those out as well, but I'm not sure just yet. I might, but I might also not, because that might just be some other thing for like the pathway or something, and all those kind of things. I don't know for sure. Now, of course, the location for this build has so its meaning, and that is just because I thought this was gonna be the best place to place it. First, it was going to be somewhere entirely different, which means it was gonna be sideways this way, and it was probably just gonna be over here instead, which means it was just someone in the middle instead of at a side, because on the back side over here, of course, we got a little bit less room now left, and that's exactly what I wanted to do. So we got it done like that instead. And yeah, it's exactly until the location where it has to be, and I think that worked out quite nice. And of course, I did add an awful lot of detail in here, and gathering the amethyst was a pain, but sure, we got it done. Everything else wasn't that bad, and of course we got some of it spilled all over the lid and stuff. And we got a spoon over here, which is amazing. with a little bit of darkness because, well, yeah, it was a little bit wet. And of course, yeah, the whole thing over here, which is amazing. I like it. I'm very glad about what we got built over here today. And yeah, this is all just detailing anyway. It doesn't really matter for the build itself, but it is something that makes it more beautiful, as far as I recall. So yeah, I'm glad about this part. I am very happy about what we made today. Now, of course, even in the meantime, I'm not sure how much iron we got, but I believe we got plenty. It's almost a full shulker full, which is amazing. Now, of course, I may have shown you guys what it was like at first, so it isn't that much anyway, but for just one iron farm, I think it is plenty. And getting it all full and stuff, it's amazing. Now, this whole island, of course, like I said before, we got a lot of things that we want to do with it. And yeah, we are going to do something with this, of course. This whole island, or mountain, I might say. I would say island for some reason. That's because of my other islands over there, which I've been working on a lot. And yeah, we're gonna change this whole thing up with pathways and builds and stuff and things, and I don't know, something like that. Now, of course, the first thing that we want to do is downstairs. Like I said before, the time lapses and stuff. I have been thinking about getting this whole river done first, because if I get this whole river done until like the ocean and stuff, we get this whole thing over here changed up quite a bit. Maybe we will add some water going over here instead of just cutting it off like what it is right now and filling this in. We might as well just use it to our advantage as well and just get it done like over here. Get a, I think maybe a waterfall going down. I'm not entirely sure. Let's go freak real quick. I'm not sure if we're gonna do it over here, but at least somewhere around here. Maybe at this location, because it's more steep. That might work out a little bit better. So we might just add a little bit more of a lake as well down here, just to fix it up a bit and get, of course, like a waterfall going down. And from there on out, I want to make a lake somewhere around here. I might add it over here. I'm not entirely sure, but something like that we might just do. And of course, from there on out, I can just create some builds and create some pathways and that kind of stuff. Maybe even a way down, which is probably, like I said, gonna be on the backside, because I'm not entirely sure how else to do it, because that it's a little bit lower. Because over here it is a little bit better to go down, it seems. Like even over here probably, just like that. I'm not entirely sure. Just going over here maybe. Then like over here, going back over here, which leads over here. Which will lead to this base, of course, which is amazing. And otherwise, even that seems a little bit better. Go down over here and like that. Or we might even do it a little bit differently, and that's why I don't know yet, because I always change my mind at the last minute or so. We might just get a pathway like leading over here, going like that, going like that, going over here, just to make it less straight, because that's one of the things that I have to work on quite a bit, getting less straight builds done and stuff. Now, of course, I got that done quite a bit as well. I've been working on the fact that I don't want everything to be straight anymore. I want everything to be a little bit wobbled and, I don't know, a little bit weird. Just going everywhere except for just one way. I don't know. I just want everything to be a little bit more open-minded and just a little bit like a mess, but an organized mess, which makes it look good and that kind of thing. So that's what I want to do, of course, for sure. And of course, if we go back over here for a hot second, once we got all of the river done, we might also, of course, get rid of all the trees and stuff, like I said before as well. And we will get something good out of it, going all the way down. And maybe add some more builds downhill as well, which is gonna be amazing for sure. Maybe add a pathway going over here with a bridge over a little bit of a lake or a river thing over here, which is close by to the waterfall, which will make it look a little bit better, I guess. That kind of things. I really don't know for sure, of course, but I have plenty of ideas of what I want to do for the next one already. And of course, not just the next one, just for a lot of projects. I got so many things in mind I want to do. If I write them all down, which I do, then of course we will have plenty of things I want to do for the next few episodes or so. And yeah, I don't know why, but I'm going bigger. Every single time I want to go bigger. Like, even just getting the whole mountain done. Like, it isn't even the center of the video. I really don't care too much for it. I could have done just a location for that build, and I decided not to do that, of course, because I want to get everything done. And I want to get a lot done. So, of course, we got the whole mountain done as well as the build, which is amazing, because I want to go bigger every single time. I don't know why. I got a bug, I guess. I want to get bigger, bigger, bigger. And that is, of course, one of the good things, because the river is gonna take a long time to get done as well, which I'm gonna work on as soon as this episode is done. Because, well, yeah, I got nothing else to do but work on the next project. So that's what I want to do, is get a river done. Probably even a lake thingy, a small lake or whatever. Just an extension over here, I guess. And of course, the waterfall will be probably done later, or maybe even at the same time. I do not know, but I got so much to do. I want to get started on it right now. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Don't forget to give a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.